Some people have switched to their flip book. If you're done, you are allowed to switch to your flip book. Any questions back here? I didn't get here yet, did I? Okay, so this one is the first answer. This should be here. Good. And the second one is the numbers out front together in parentheses. Yeah, numbers out front are together, and then exactly that. Good. These divide by 3.
Oh, yeah.
Super. All right, so let's look at the next one. Great job to the group who came up. Got it done. When I look at group 1, they 2 and 5 don't divide by the same number. So there's just a 1 here. There's just a 1. However, they do have p's in common. The first one is p times p times p, p to the third. And the second one's just p times p. So we can take 2p's or p squared out as a GCF. So we're going to take 2 from each one of those terms. And we're going to put it in the front. So I have a p squared here. I'm taking 2 away. So what's left? The 2 is still here. And this first term has 1p left over. The plus sign is still there. And this term only has a 5 left. It had p squared, and p squared was taken as a GCF, so 2p plus 5 is all that remains. In group 2, these are both divisible by 3. So we have a 3 as a GCF. And what's left when we divide by 3? 6 divided by 3 is 2. The p is still there. Plus sign, 15 divided by 3 is 5. What we notice is that now group 1 has this expression in it, 2p plus 5, and group 2 has this expression in it, 2p plus 5. So they have a common expression. Technically, that's a GCF. So we have 2p plus 5, and then the numbers in front, 1p squared plus 3, will go together and make a group. There is no plus sign in between these parentheses. You can also write it 2p plus 5 first and p squared plus 3 second. Yeah.
I just did the first and third one and the second one.
Totally fine. You guys reorder them. If you feel like I would really love for the 5 to be next to the 15, that's okay every time. That's the commutative property of addition or commutative property of subtraction. You learned that property a long time ago, years ago, but you've really never had a chance to use it. Here it's useful. Putting them together. All right, one more. What are you doing? I see you. I'm going to give you a referral. It's going to be bad. Don't do it. Keep it put away. Sit here. You got something busy going on? Oh, you just wish you had a calculator? Oh. Oh, the difference of two squares? Okay. So there's actually quite a bit of research right now about education, and that we aren't letting students struggle long enough, and that we're too quick to give answers. And so for those of you who are ahead and you're asking me about different parts of the flip book, struggle with it longer. Don't look it up. You'll remember it more the longer you think about it. So the quicker someone tells you how to do it, the easier it was. Without that struggle, it just becomes less memorable. So I just encourage you to sit and think about it. It'll come to you. Or I'll tell you one day. Or you can look it up after school, but not right now. Anyway, they say that we're giving too many answers too quickly, and that the wait time needs to be longer. But I just want to give you the answers and move on. Okay, let's do the last one. I'm going to do it on here. There's no more boardroom. I think it's n to the third minus n squared plus 2n minus 2. That's it? Nice. Okay. So we got group 1. And we got group 2. And in group 1, I have n times n times n minus n times n. So the greatest common factor, I could take 2. They have at least 2 in common. So my GCN would be n times n, which is n squared. And what's left over? I have an n here. I still have a minus sign. And whenever you fully take out the term, I had n squared and it's my common factor. I always must put a 1 in here. Remember that factoring has to be the perfect opposite of distribution. So if I think about distributing in, I will get what I started with. If the 1's not there, then this term completely vanishes and it's not equivalent anymore. So you must put a 1 in. Okay, and my second group, the GCF would be 2. They both divide by 2. I like that. A nice clear number. And that leaves n minus 1. There's a plus sign here that I always forget to write. So looking now, group 1 and group 2 have something in common. They have the same parentheses. If they don't match, there's been a mistake or it didn't work. So these 2 parentheses are the same. That'll be the GCF. And then the leftovers come together, n squared plus 2. So that's the n squared that were in front of the parentheses. And that's the 2. What was put in front, they match up together. And always, if you want to check it, you can do the box method or double distribution and check. Any questions on the last one? Okay, you guys are doing really well with this. Going great. Let's look at your flip book. I asked you to get 6 of those done in that flip book. Did I say 4th period you just had to do 6? Mm-hmm. Did I tell you guys the ones with the 2 letters are more difficult than the ones with the 1 letter? Okay, perfect. Let's look at those. Okay. Grouping. All right, here's some answers. Looks like I'm missing letter C. So I'll put some of the more challenging answers up too. So this would be, is that a 27? Letter D on the bottom gets a big highlight. This one gets a gold star. This would be the test question out of all of them. This one's very straightforward. It's all plus signs. If you did not do letter D on the bottom, don't look at it. Try it right now. Okay, it's a really good assessment of do you understand the steps. Letter D on the bottom. So don't just, what I don't want to see is you guys looking up here and writing things down. You only have to have 6 done. If you only did 4, do one right now from scratch. Don't just copy it. These is just supposed to be for you to check. You shouldn't be copying from the screen. Is there a problem? Yeah, I gotta show C. That got erased. Yeah, because that's just A, really big there. Was that your question, Emily? No, what did you want to say? Wait, yeah. Like there's a problem in here that you can't see. Yeah. Okay, was that it? Jacob, will you read C out loud to me? The problem?
42xy plus 36xz minus 7w squared y minus 6w squared z.
Oh, that one has 3 letters in it.
Behind 7w squared, there's a y.
Okay, let's see what we got here. If you tried C, which was a super challenge, here's an answer. It can go in any order. Don't feel like you had to do C, but if you did it, there it is. Hmm. It will. This negative sign could be anywhere in there, and it'll still work out. Yes, those can be switched. And the real answer to that, if I was gonna make you struggle more, is go ahead and do the double distribution and FOIL your answers and see if your answer matches the original polynomial. All right, here's some more answers. And I really like letter Z because everything's in the right order. There's no minus signs, there's no ones. Letter B is good also. Letter A is all right. Letter C is all right. So don't, if you can figure out one of those, you're in a good place. Don't feel like you had to do that tricky letter C with the W's, X's, and Y. Anybody want to ask a question over here? Okay. Nicely done, nicely done. Do that one right now. Okay. Alright. Alright. Really like F too.
don't do EMG?
You can. You don't have to. That one's terribly not written in standard form. Should be x squared. Oh, plus 2x minus 24. It's interesting. Okay, I'll write the answers if you did all the challenge ones. See what we got here. We have a 2xy plus 3. Nope, has to be reordered. Does E work? Negative 4y plus 1. 6. 1 minus 4y. Negative x plus 6. 1 minus 4y. Nice. Nice, Shay. Okay, y. Phew. Okay. As you're finishing that up, I have a handout for your group, but I'm not giving it to your group until every person in your group has a different color writing utensil. So it's one paper per group, and everybody has to contribute. So everybody has to have a different color. So it can be a highlighter, a colored pencil. It can be 3 different colored pens. Once I see you have that, I'll hand you your paper. Yeah.
I get it. I just like struggle with finding the juicy like always. So
Yeah.
what are like the steps to like actually like find it? I know it's like a term I can meet.
Let me get a pen.
Yeah, I think I have a highlighter.
Let me get everybody started on this, and then I'm gonna write something. All right. There you go. All right, you have a black pen and you have a pink pen. There you go. Did you get this one done? Do you have any questions? All right, what do we have here? We got pink. All right, there you go. Everybody's name needs to be on that one paper. We have purple, blue, and pencil. There you go. What do we have here? We have pink.
I'll use.
Oh, you got a purple right there. Okay, good. Everyone's name needs to be on there. We have blue, orange, and we're getting a new one after red. Very good. We have pencil, pink, pencil, blue. There you go. We have black, blue, red. There you go. And blue and purple. There you go. Did every group get a handout? No. There you go. Read the directions, talk it over. I'll go over it in just a moment.
I don't understand the handout.
Find two numbers on the side of multiply of the I just get rid of the bottom of the, for instance, the first one is 78, so it's 86.
So one strategy is to use factor tree. So like you look at the number and underneath it you write, and it helps to have a calculator out. Because if this doesn't come to mind when you see that, the calculator will help it. So you write it out. Like this is 7 times 7, and then this one is 7 times 5. And then you can see what numbers in both lists. So that would be the GCF.
Okay.
But then 56, I thought of 8 times 7. Yeah. And 40, I thought of 4 times 10. I'm not seeing anything, right?
Okay, so it's kind of like backwards, not division, but like.
It is, yeah.
Oh.
So these don't match, so I have to think about other numbers. So this is like 2 times 2, and that's 2 times 5. So now I'm thinking, well, oh yeah, 40 is just 5 times 8, right? So 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, and that's 8 times 5. So now when I think of 40 instead of 4 times 10, if I think of it as 8 times 5, I see that there's an 8 in both.
Okay.
So sometimes it's not the first two that you think of. You have to go back and look at the number again and maybe break these down to help you think of other numbers, and then you pick.
Okay.
So if I was to take an 8 out of both of those, what's left is 7x and the minus sign and then 5.
Okay.
Will that help at all?
Yeah, that helps.
All right, what we're doing here is this is called the factor of x, or it's called x factor, and then the power of x. We didn't used to factor using this method, but it's kind of new age. It's up and coming, and students seem to catch on to it really well. So this is just kind of a riddle. It says in each one of these, find two numbers on the sides that multiply to be the top and add to get the bottom. So I need numbers that will both multiply to 12 and also add to 8. So 2 times 6 is 12. 2 plus 6 is 8. So I'm putting 2 and 6 into the x factor. And that's it. And that's it for the whole page. As it goes down, the negative numbers make it more challenging. Just because you can't figure the numbers out doesn't mean you don't know how to do it. It just means that, hey, these numbers are more challenging. The negatives are more difficult. This is when I say have that calculator out and use a calculator to help you. I'm going to come around and see your colors.
Wait, so why do we need?
Oh, good. Well, I want all 3 people writing on the paper, and I want to hear you talking about it. So you have 1 paper, so you guys have to communicate about how to get it done with all 3 people contributing. I can see that all 3 of you have done it by seeing 3 different colors. If it's all in pencil, I'm not giving your group credit. So, Any questions over here on this side of the room? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, good job. Helps with to have that calculator, yeah. Whoa, did you both contribute to this? You just zoomed through it. Good job. Okay, 128 is where we got stuck last time. All right, I'm coming around and I am seeing that you guys are working together well. Lots of different colors. Good job, you guys. All right, here's the answers to the top row. 7 and 8, 4 and 7. I hope we know we're 7 times table so far. All right, when you get stuck, you have to go to scratch paper and you have to list out factors of the top number. So I'm stuck on 24. I'm thinking 4 times 6, 2 times 12, 3 times 8. And I list everything and I use a calculator. It's even. I divide by 2 and then I divide by 4. So if I was to add 4 and 6, that would be 10. I want 14. 2 and 12 make 14, but they would make positive 14. So I'm going to make both of these negative. Negative 2 times negative 12 would be 24. Negative 2 minus 12, negative 14. So I noticed a pattern in that second row. When the top is positive and the bottom is negative, I needed 2 negative numbers to make it work. So if you felt like, I got these numbers down, take a minute to accept the patterns, because as you move into higher advanced math, it's all symbols. It's all degrees. It's all sine and cosine. So the more you see the pattern, the better off you are. So am I right on number 7? Thumbs up if we match. We got a bunch of downs. What's wrong with my number 7? It should be so when the bottom number is positive, I want my bigger side to be positive. Because this, what I have right here, would be negative 3. So I better switch my signs. Play with the signs. Make it work. Five and negative 4. Ooh, people get really stuck on this one a lot. What multiplies to 4 and adds to 5? 1 times 4. 1 plus 4. What do we got? Negative 10 and 9. And then here, I got stuck on 128. So I started with 2. I did 64 times negative 2. If it divides by 2, it probably divides by 4. So I'm in my calculator. What's 128 divided by 4? Oh, that tracks, because 64 divided by 2 is 32. So that makes sense. 32 and negative 4. Oh, and 32 minus 4 is 28. So there they are. Pretty fun, right? That's why that method has picked up traction. I think it's actually fun. All right, so continue working on that until they're all done. I'm going to come around, make sure all 3 names are on that paper. And I'm going to trade you out. All right, I'll trade you a complete tricolored paper for notes. All right, a complete 3-colored paper for notes. I'll trade you. Thank you. Oh, nice. All 3 colors for notes. Thank you. Okay, can you put it in that green basket up there? Thank you. How do we do here? Got it done? Good job working together, you guys. I'll come back for it. Thank you. Yeah.
If you also like add on the cup and multiply to the bottom instead of multiplying.
If that's what you want, yeah, that's fine.
But that's how I learned it.
Totally fine. No problem, Angie. No problem. Thank you. Nice job. How do we do? All 3 people on here? Thank you. Pass those notes around. No, everybody gets one this time. There you go. Yes, I do. Did every group get a new note handout? All right, this handout has the steps written on it for the trickiest type of factoring. So this one is going to be one you want to keep and keep track of. This handout you're looking at now is an important one, just like the flip book. Oh no, I have an hourglass. There it is. Okay. All right, so this is steps for using that X factor or the power of X method to rewrite polynomials. So we're going to be looking at expressions that grouping won't work for. Okay, so grouping is one way. We have a whole other way we're going to begin right now. Step 1 is looking at the expression to identify the coefficients and the constant C. So step 1 is just to identify what A, B, and C are in the polynomial. The number in front of x squared, the number in front of x, and the constant at the end. We're going to ignore the equals for a while. Step 2 is to multiply A times C. And then we are going to fill out the X ourselves. So on the handout, y'all just did a great job on working together. The numbers were put in. We're gonna create that and do it ourselves when we're rewriting polynomials. So A times C will go here in the top. So the product of A times C is the multiply spot. And best case scenario, A is 1. When A is 1, this process goes really smoothly. You don't even need like 3 steps. The process is just longer when A is not 1. The bottom is B. So just now we were finding numbers that would multiply to the top and add to the bottom. And we're going to continue that using the numbers in the polynomial. And then I say, okay, step 4, it says use scrap paper to find two numbers that satisfy both criteria. They must have a product of the top and a sum of the bottom number. I'm pretty sure that line is supposed to say sum and it didn't get either. So. All right, so we're going to stop there. Great job today, and we will continue this tomorrow. Nothing to work on your own unless you feel so inclined to. We'll pick right up with this tomorrow.